Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Monday, September 18th. You might ask, why Monday? Well, I am not alone here, I have a special guest. Do you like to introduce yourself?
And I am Powers, 2440.
Indeed.
Doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
You have to work on this. At some point, I'm quite sure you will get there. That everything is fluently. So yes, I have a visitor. I have a visitor from all across the pond, and first time in Germany.
Yes, this is actually my very first time spending time in Germany.
Okay.
And thankfully, I got to make my way over to Sebbi's.
I'm listening to you. Go on. I'm just a little bit distracted because of this green guy over there. I mean, he's apparently not that happy that you are here. But I have my sniper, so goodbye.
Quick work of him.
Yep. Speaking of sniper, I got a special achievement, by the way. Last time I got the sniper duel. I managed to kill a the skeleton with a huge shot. So. Yeah.
It's always a tough one to get in Minecraft, especially if you're trying to get it, because it always seems right when you're trying to get it, they despawn on you.
Indeed. I luckily had two skeletons available at the time. So the first one, because it was daytime, burst into flames and expired, unfortunately. But the second time was a one-hit kill, so this was good. This was really good. Okay, so first time in Germany. You're also meeting another friend, NCW, I heard.
Yes, actually shortly going to be meeting NCW for the first time, and that'll be interesting to see not one but two people from the Conelanders Racing and actually get to talk to these people in person, which is fantastic.
Well, sounds good. Sounds definitely good. I'm super amazed that you're here. I mean, you have to imagine one thing. Powers currently is staying at the western border of Germany. So, and I'm living more or less in the center of Germany. So he just drove alone in a rental car, for 2.5 hours to get to my little town just to meet me. And now he is in 1 hour or so, he's leaving me again in order to drive to the airport at Frankfurt, which is the largest airport of Germany. Personally, I wouldn't want to go there because it's way too crazy. And this guy, who's just smiling here, is going there and picking up NCW. And wait, one important thing. Powers, for those of you who are new to the series or who have no idea who Powers is, he already said Conelanders League. So we drove together. We formed the team Beer and Whiskey. So beer and whiskey. Unfortunately, the only thing I could serve him is water. I'm a bad host. I'm a very bad host.
A large percentage of beer is water, so this is perfectly fine.
Okay, well, this is good. So he seems to be happy, but maybe we have to stop at the grocery store when I bring him back to his car that he can pick up some beer or so. So Germany, how do you like it?
Fantastic. It's better than I imagined it would be. It's interesting. It's both at the same time like I expected, but not like I expected. And I see a lot of similarities between where I live, yet there's a very big difference in culture at the same time. So I'm constantly kind of conflicting of I see things that feel familiar yet aren't at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Sneak preview for me, technically.
Yes, this is a sneak preview. You can find out more about this particular redstone contraption in the last episode, the episode before this episode. So if you go back into the history. So we once again have timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly things going on because Powers hasn't watched the episode where the redstone contraption plays a central role, and but he's now here and sees it before he sees it in the right order. So yeah,
we gotta
time.
go back.
Okay, so you're enjoying your trip to Germany, and you're staying here for 3 more days, I guess?
Today is Monday.
Yeah?
4.
4 days. 4 days. Okay. And any more plans you'd like to do? Unless I know you're meeting up NCW, but are there particular things you'd like to see in Germany?
I believe the only thing that we actually planned out now is that we're going to go to try to find a different castle to look at.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure which one we're going to go to.
Okay.
Our plans were last minute.
Okay, so you're apparently very interested in castles because we already visited the fortress that is inside of my town. So it's also a very old fortress, I guess. I'm pretty bad. I had to excuse I had to come up with a super important excuse at the start as we met. I said, well, I have no clue about this town. I can show you around, but I don't know what we are seeing. So we visited this fortress, and I think you were quite impressed by the old building, the old architecture.
Yeah, the old structure and everything that was there was very impressive. It's the big thing I wanted to see with going to see a castle or fortress is the scale on which these things were built with.
Okay.
Mostly it's something that is pretty much exclusive to Europe, is these kind of very large structures that were built well before America was even a thing.
True. Well, America was a thing, but...
America as it is today, I should say. The modern kind of America.
And so you were quite impressed, I found, as you saw this castle and as we hiked up there, and you were able to also look above the entire town. I mean, we had a fantastic vantage point, so... Yeah, you already said to me you were a little bit surprised about how narrow basically everything is inside of our towns.
Yes.
How is it basically?
So we have a lot of smaller towns where I'm from, but like our small towns still have at least 2 wide roads. So you can easily fit 2 cars on it, and for the most part have parking on at least one side. Whereas it's not uncommon to see roads where you only have 1 way or 1 wide worth of car, but 2-way traffic.
Like the road where I'm living right now?
Exactly.
Okay.
Very small. And also an interesting thing that I've seen is in this town where Sebbi's at, is cars can park on the sidewalks. It's actually the way you're supposed to park for the most part.
I'm not quite sure if you're supposed to do so, but
it's not enforced that you can't. Like you don't get towed or.
Well, actually, you're not that. Well, partly you're parking directly on the sidewalk, but. Normally we have enough space between, so there's some space allocated especially to park there. So.
Okay. And the other thing is some of the family, I'm visiting family as well in Germany that I visited. The town where my cousin lives is you're not allowed to park on any sidewalk in any part, and it's just interesting to see how things change from town to town. Okay.
And now you're just 1 week here. If you would have more time, are there? We already talked about this. That you like to visit Frankfurt, for instance. Are there other places where you would really like to go to if you would have the time? So have you heard of any other things?
I would try to, the thing that I would probably enjoy the most of is try to get out to more of a mountainous area and go hiking, because that's something I would like to do in Germany, is go hiking.
So mountainous in terms like the Alps or so, or
Alps would always be interesting, but
okay.
I never really had a very clear mindset of where I wanted to go.
Okay. So, and speaking now about stereotypes, did you had a certain idea how Germans are or how Germany is, and were those ideas fulfilled, or were you surprised that things are different, or yeah, from a cultural standpoint maybe?
It's difficult for me to say because I never had a very good grasp on what the culture is like. The most I know about Germany was either from history books, and which is obviously not a great way of getting an idea of culture. And then the other source is the very little German I actually went through in schooling. They did have some old VHS tapes of teenage life back in the early 80s.
Oh, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to imagine what you saw about Germany.
It was very different.
Different to today, I hope.
Very, yes.
Okay. So this is good. This is very good. That things have improved over here. I hope they improved to the better, and not that things got worse here.
Oh, definitely. It's a very beautiful place, and had nothing but met friendly people. Luckily, I've had a interpreter with me at pretty much all times, so that's been nice.
I mean, we can go on if you like for another day, or do you like to come to an end? I mean, it's up to you. The horse is happy, I guess. So we can squeeze out yet another day, maybe, or are you in a hurry now? It's 6:45.
We should probably look at trying to get on the road in case I hit traffic.
yeah, maybe, because he has to pick up NCW. So NCW, if you're watching this episode and you're angry at Powers because Powers was late and you were standing at the airport, that's why.
It wasn't my idea, although it was.
There, you see, this explains everything. So, yeah, maybe one last thing.
Yes.
Can you say something in German? Okay.
I can say the basic Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
But
okay, this is a start. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. This is Guten Tag, Gute Nacht. And yeah, speaking of good night, we are at the end of this episode. It was a short episode. It was a special episode with a very, very special guest. I'm super surprised. I'm super happy that he has joined me and that he even suggested to join me here on the show. I hope you have enjoyed it as well. So, say something, goodbye or so.
My name is Powers.
There you got it. His name is Powers. My name is Sebbi. And I hope I see you again in the next episode, which will be on Wednesday, hopefully. So, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!